You will have your blood tested at some point in your life. Blood tests are an essential part of medical treatment for many reasons. You may need to have a blood test if you are sick or injured, if you are having surgery, or if you are donating blood. But did you know that there are certain things you should avoid doing before a blood test? Let's talk about 5 things you should never do before a blood test. Be sure to watch until the end, because the last thing is the most important. 1. Don't eat the wrong foods. We all know that eating a balanced diet is essential to living a healthy lifestyle. However, what we eat can affect not only our health, but also the results of our blood tests. That's right, certain foods can interfere with blood tests and lead to inaccurate results. So what should you avoid eating before a blood test? First, you want to stay away from high-fat foods. Consuming high-fat foods before a blood test can interfere with the sample collection process and lead to inaccurate results. This is because high-fat foods can cause the blood to clot, making it difficult to draw blood. Second, you should avoid foods that are high in sugar. Eating sugary foods before a blood test can elevate your blood sugar levels, which can impact the accuracy of your results. Sugary drinks and snacks like candy and cookies can all contribute to inaccurate blood sugar readings. Third, you want to steer clear of garlic. Garlic is a common ingredient in many recipes and is often used as a natural remedy for various ailments. However, consuming garlic before a blood test can lead to inaccurate results. Garlic can interfere with certain blood tests, such as those measuring blood clotting ability and platelet count. Fourth, you should avoid drinking coffee. Coffee is a popular beverage that many people enjoy, but it can cause problems when consumed before a blood test. The caffeine in coffee can increase your heart rate and blood pressure, which can make it more difficult for healthcare professionals to obtain a clean sample of blood. Fifth, you want to stay away from raw foods. Raw foods such as fruits and vegetables can be difficult to digest, leading to stomach discomfort and bloating, which can make it challenging for healthcare professionals to draw blood. It's best to consume cooked or processed foods before a blood test. By following these guidelines and avoiding these common mistakes, you can help ensure that your blood tests are accurate and reliable. Remember, what you eat can have a significant impact on your health and well-being. So make sure to choose wisely before your next blood test. 2. Don't take the wrong medications. Taking the wrong medication before a blood test can lead to inaccurate results and affect the diagnosis and treatment plan. Certain medications can interfere with the blood test process and lead to incorrect readings. For example, antibiotics can affect the results of a complete blood count test, while blood thinners can make it difficult for the blood to clot after the test. It's important to read the label and follow the instructions carefully to avoid any potential issues. If you're unsure about whether or not a particular medication will interfere with your blood test, it's always best to err on the side of caution and avoid taking it before the test. In addition to prescription medications, over-the-counter drugs and supplements can also interfere with blood test results. For example, some herbal supplements can affect the liver function test results, while certain vitamins and minerals can interfere with thyroid function tests. It is important to speak with your doctor or a pharmacist before taking any over-the-counter medications or supplements to ensure that they will not interfere with your blood test. To prevent any medication-related issues before a blood test, here are 5 things you should never do. First, don't take aspirin or other non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and SAIDs, before a blood test. These medications can affect the results of a number of different tests, including those measuring liver function and blood clotting ability. Second, don't take iron supplements before a blood test. Iron supplements can darken the color of the urine sample, making it difficult to analyze. Third, don't take any new medications in the week leading up to a blood test. Introducing new medications into your system can cause unexpected changes in your body and could lead to inaccurate test results. Fourth, don't stop taking your medications without consulting your doctor. Even if a medication is not listed as potentially problematic, it's important to maintain consistency in your treatment plan. Skipping doses or stopping medications altogether can disrupt your body's chemical balance and lead to inaccurate results. Finally, don't assume that natural remedies won't affect your blood test results. Just like medications, natural remedies can also interact with certain tests and lead to inaccurate results. It is important to speak with your doctor or pharmacist before trying any new natural remedies to ensure that they are safe and appropriate for you. By following these guidelines and avoiding common mistakes, you can help ensure that your blood tests are accurate and reliable. Remember, your medications play a vital role in your health and well-being. So it's important to use them wisely and consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes. No. 3. Don't drink alcohol before a blood test. Drinking alcohol before a blood test can lead to inaccurate results, affecting the diagnosis and treatment plan. Alcohol can interfere with the blood test process and lead to incorrect readings. For example, alcohol can affect the balance of certain electrolytes in the body, which can impact the results of a metabolic panel. It can also reduce the number of white blood cells, which can affect the results of a complete blood count test, in addition to affecting test results. Drinking alcohol before a blood test can also make it more difficult for healthcare professionals to obtain a clean sample of blood. Alcohol can cause the veins to shrink, making it harder to find a suitable vein for blood draw. If you have a blood test scheduled and you've been drinking alcohol beforehand, your healthcare provider may need to attempt multiple sticks or may need to cancel the test altogether. To ensure that your blood tests are accurate and reliable, it's important to avoid drinking alcohol before a blood test. Number 4. Don't smoke before a blood test. Smoking before a blood test can lead to inaccurate results due to the nicotine and other chemicals in cigarettes. Nicotine can affect the function of platelets, which can impact the results of a blood clotting test. Additionally, smoking can cause vasoconstriction, which can make it difficult for healthcare professionals to obtain a clean sample of blood. Inaccurate test results can lead to misdiagnosis and inappropriate treatment, which can have serious consequences for your health. To ensure accurate and reliable test results, it's important to avoid smoking before a blood test. No. 5. Don't forget to prepare your arm. Preparing your arm before a blood test can make the process more comfortable and help ensure an accurate result. First, you want to find a comfortable position. Find a chair that is close to the height of the table and with an armrest. This will allow you to relax your arm and make it easier for the healthcare professional to access your veins. Second, you want to clean your arm. Clean your arm with soap and water and dry it thoroughly. This will help reduce the risk of infection and ensure that the blood sample is not contaminated. Third, you should warm your arm. Apply a warm compress to your arm for a few minutes before the test. This will help dilate the blood vessels and make it easier for the healthcare professional to find a suitable vein for blood draw. Fourth, you want to identify your dominant hand. Identify your dominant hand and keep it relatively free of clothing. This will make it easier for the healthcare professional to locate the appropriate vein for blood draw. Finally, you should relax, take deep breaths, and try to relax before the test. This will help reduce stress and make it easier for the healthcare professional to obtain a clean sample of blood. By following these simple steps and preparing your arm before a blood test, you can help ensure an accurate result and a more comfortable experience. Remember, proper preparation can make all the difference. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a comment below. We would love to hear what you think. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss out on any of our future videos. And don't forget to hit the like button because it really helps us out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.